everybody, my name is Molly. If you have never watched one of my videos, I am a military spouse, a sort of kind of teacher, whatever that even means, and I'm soon to be a first-time mom. So I make videos about whatever I want to make them about, and this week / today, I'm going to make a video about a pregnancy update from 18 weeks to what I am now, which is 26 weeks, and that, the time in between. That's weird. The time in between those weeks. So breaking it down by symptoms, first and foremost, the second trimester has been a lot smoother. I honestly don't have any standout symptoms for the second trimester. The first trimester, I was super exhausted, just couldn't do anything. I was a potato on the couch for the whole thing. But this this trimester has been pretty smooth, thankfully, that related to pregnancy symptoms. One big thing is when about 4 weeks ago, about a month ago now, I developed a cough and some residual allergies, if you can hear them. And that cough lasted for about 3 weeks and kept getting worse. And so the week before last week, on that Friday, I ended up having to go to the ER because I had a fever. I was so weak. I had the worst headache ever. And I was convinced I had the flu. So went to the doctor. My heart rate was 127, which I don't know anything about medicine, so I was like, is that high? And they're like, it shouldn't be over 100. I'm like, cool. So my heart rate was really high, and I was dehydrated. So they put an IV in, and then we did 2 bags of IV fluids in hopes to bring my heart rate down. So we were at the ER for 6 hours, and finally, after 6 hours, my heart rate decided to go back down to normal, kind of stayed in the upper 100, 110s, 120. I had to get a chest x-ray because my cough was really bad. And of course there's, risk in getting an x-ray while you're pregnant. However, I trust my doctors, and that, sometimes pros outweigh the cons. So risk assessment, I know that that's what doctors are trained on. So got an x-ray, and I had a confirmed case of pneumonia. So for an entire week, I was basically asleep in my bed. I just took a whole week to recover. Every day I kept thinking man, today I'm going to feel better. And I just still kept feeling really awful. So my heart goes out to people who have chronic illness and who deal with being sick frequently. The worst part about it probably was rib pain. Oh, Lord Jesus. I had so much rib pain from coughing so hard. I seriously thought I bruised a rib. My mom's like, you can't bruise a rib because it's a bone. Whatever. I felt like I bruised my rib. So Tylenol helped with that. I am still taking amoxicillin. I'm on the last day's worth of it. So I'm hoping after this, I won't get sick again. Another symptom, I don't know if it's a symptom of being pregnant or a symptom of being away from people and just the weight of the globe, the situation that we're facing right now, but I have been extremely emotional. I'm someone who is fairly emotional on a normal basis, but last week was a really hard week. There was a lot of worry that I was experiencing, and that's just the only way I can summarize it. It was just worry. And I'm someone who believes in Jesus Christ. And if you know anything about that, then, and you know what the Bible tells us, the Bible calls us not to worry. And I was definitely not listening to that and kind of ignoring the truths that I believe, which is that the Lord gives us a spirit of peace and that we can trust in Him, that His ways are good. It's just, if you're involved in the universe right now, then there's a lot of stuff going on. and it felt really heavy. I felt the burden of being sick. I felt the burden of having people I love dearly be vulnerable to the illness that is around and going on in this world. I felt the burden of bringing a human being into this world during this time, and it was a lot. So our church obviously has canceled like public meetings because if you know, that's just what the CDC recommends right now. And so we were able to watch, my husband and I, online church service on Sunday, and that message was just absolutely meant for me. That's a trite saying, but they preached, of course, like every pastor in America, I'm sure, preached on Sunday about how Jesus tells us not to worry because Jesus cares for us and loves us. And I was like, yes, this is what I need. So my mental health, since talking to people, since praying, has been improving, which is good. And I'm just trying to proclaim tomorrow's problems as tomorrow's problems. There's a lot that I have no idea what my life is going to look like in a couple of months. I don't know what my life's going to look like tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to have a job. And that's just the reality of it. I'm currently a teacher's assistant. And school is being suspended for an indefinite amount of time. So for an indefinite amount of time, I am not working, which I have the privilege it does affect us, of course, but it's not a detrimental, I'm not going to lose my house. We're still going to eat. It's just got to cut the things back. So, you know, there's blessings in it. It's just also a lot of unknowns. My husband is in the military, and so we fall under the DoD travel ban. So I don't know how long we will be in the current place that we are at. We were planning on trying to move before the baby came, but the likelihood of that happening is slim now. I don't know if my family is going to be able to, or if it's going to be a wise choice for my family to come see the baby when the baby's born. I'm due in the middle of June, and I was watching the latest president and health press conference, I couldn't think of the word, and they were talking about how hopefully if everyone does what we should do, which I know plenty of people who are not taking this seriously, hopefully this all is over by July or August, and obviously the baby will be here by then. So I don't know what things look like. Yeah, I can hold true that I have today's problems to worry about, and that is it, because that is all I can control. And so tomorrow we'll worry about tomorrow, and today we're going to worry about today. And we're going to take advantage of the blessings of being home and the opportunities that I get to rest. And I have felt our sweet girl move a lot the past couple of days, which is a true blessing, because when I had pneumonia, she was hardly moving, and that was stress inducing because I'm like, I'm sick and I don't even feel her move. Like, what is going on? So yeah, I don't know whether or not we're going to have a baby shower. We have one planned, but again, tomorrow's problem. So there has been very little baby prep that's happened. I have very, very little for this child. Practically nothing, I should say. However, I'm due 3 months from now. So it's like, you know, a toss-up. All I know is that I'm responsible for my own my own actions and my own choices. And I'm choosing to do whatever I can to follow the CDC and the government's guidelines for helping to stop the spread of this disease, and hope that, you know, my individual part plays into a bigger puzzle piece. And again, the Lord, speaking to believers, and if you're not a believer, that's fine. If you think this is annoying that I'm talking about that, that's fine too. But speaking to believers, we are called to put other people above our own needs. Trust me, I would like to go out and go to the movies and do things that sound fun, but that's not the wisest choice right now. So for those people who are most vulnerable, because we're all vulnerable. Just because you're young and healthy does not mean that. Doesn't mean much. Just saying. Those who are most vulnerable, I'm going to do my part to help quench, definitely not quench, quelch, I don't know. Can't think of the word that I'm trying to think of. I have pregnancy brain. To stop the spread of this disease. So that's what's on my heart. That is what I've been thinking about. Other pregnancy related things. Our anatomy scan came back at 20 weeks. Well, with nothing that showed anything on it, just a normal anatomy scan, praise God. I took my gestational diabetes test yesterday, so hopefully at my next appointment we'll find out the information about that. And yeah, that's about all that's been happening with this little babe. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I look like 26 weeks pregnant, and I'm wearing shorts because it's hot and I don't have to wear pants because, hey, see, blessings all around. I don't have to wear pants at home, and so that's a perk, you know. So, Jess, this is me at 26 weeks and 2 days. I should tell you a funny symptom. As you stare at my pale stomach, one funny symptom is that I am leaking so much throughout the day, which hopefully means that this baby will be well fed. But that was an unexpected shock for me as a first-time mom. I still have my belly button ring in because it's gonna stay in there. Gosh darn it. And my belly button has fully emerged. It has popped out. This is like completely shallow. I have my little linea, whatever it's called. And I've discovered, I was telling the baby this because, you know, you talk to your baby sometimes, that I have a hairy stomach. And I didn't know this until I got pregnant because it just brings it up to the surface right there. So things you didn't need to know about me, but now you do. So that is all I have for you guys from weeks 18 to 26. I plan on making more videos because I am going to have more time. Hopefully I can actually do like weekly updates and keep this fresh and fun, because when I was trying to think back all the things that have happened from week 18 to 26, I was like, dang, the whole world's changed. I don't know. So maybe making more frequent uploads will help that. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you like it. I don't really know. I don't really care actually, but if you want to, you can. And if you need any prayer, you can leave it down in the comments because I have plenty of time to pray for you. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful day. Adios.